Hello guys, how are you? Nish here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I give you unique, entertaining and informative content. Thank you so much the returning subscribers for keeping up with me, and welcome so much the new subscribers. Please share my videos and don't forget to put on that notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be the first one to be notified. Here we do live. Now today we are doing live Maisha Kawaida. There is this thing which happened. This guy Dennis, oh my god, that thing is hurting me so much, especially for that little baby. She just lost her life like that without even living it. She was 2 years old. Manze, that thing is killing me. It is breaking my heart into bits. Now this keeps me, it puts something in my mind like what is happening in our lives today. What's happening more so with the boy child? What's happening with the boy child? Like when I came to think about it, I'm like there's no much encouragement or molding the boy child nowadays. We went so much into building up the girl child and everything about the girl child, and we left out the boy child. Me, I'm feeling for that lady because she has to bury her 2-year-old daughter just because she wanted the good for her. The relationship between the baby and the father to continue to go on as usual, like she had a father, but now she lost the baby, she lost the daughter. It's so heartbreaking. I don't know what to say. Like that is too much. If you it's too much. Even though you don't have a baby, you don't have any child, seeing a little baby die like that, and she didn't even commit any crime, just like that, and she was killed by the father, the one who wanted to spend some time with her, the one who requested for her, the one who wanted to be in her life. He's the one who finished her. It's not so very good news, but I thought like maybe the boy child doesn't feel like a boy child anymore. Sometimes he doesn't feel like a man, because so much is being taken into with the girl child and everything about empowering the girl child, the woman, the lady, the girl, and now the boy child is left alone. People are growing into their mid-30s without them feeling like they're men. They don't know how to go about it to be a man, because even the fathers have left their boys just like that to be brought up by their mothers. Like everything else is about the mother. Go ask your mother. The homework, ask your mom. Everything, ask your mom. Now you find like that the man doesn't have that much time with their children. Now if you have like girls and boys in your house, the way you're bringing up the girls is the same way you're bringing up the boys, you see, because you are the only one. If you are the mother, you do everything. Maybe the father is not around so much or doesn't want to be involved with the kids. You find yourself like you don't have that time to teach you. Like you are the boy, you are mom, you cannot teach a boy to be a man. You can only teach him to be the kawaida life, the normal life of a child, but not to be a man. Now you find that now men are even neglecting bringing up kids, even though they stay with them in the same house. They don't have that closure. They don't have that bonding. That is why you find out that men nowadays are the mid-30s, their 30s, their 20s. They don't know how to be men. They are just boys. They know everything about being a boy, because that is what their mothers teach them, to be a boy and to bring up them just a kawaida life as a child. Now everything about empowering the boy child or teaching them how to be men is just left out. Like hakuna mtu anawafunza kukuwa wanaume. They're just growing up wanna grow to by their own. They do whatever they do, everything else they just go into life by themselves, even getting girlfriends, even marrying, how to treat a lady, how to be with a woman, all those things. There is no one who's teaching them how to be men. Now you find like boys are being brought up by the society, like they're just copying everything the society is giving them, and mostly they're just copying the Western culture. That is why, on my own opinion, that is my opinion, on my own opinion, I think that is why we're having so many gayism, because these boys, on whatever they know is maybe how to behave like girls. Now they just find themselves, it is easier to be a girl, like that is what they are used to, that is what is easier for them. Like there are no men who are teaching these boys how to be men, what to do when you're growing up, when you are becoming a teenager, like how you're supposed to grow up. That is my own opinion, okay? Now this leads me to a certain story. Like 2 weeks ago, I met with not my friend, but with some guy, and now this guy was storing to this dude. Whatever he was saying, that it just caught me, like I had to talk. Hey, I didn't know our society is just rotten like that. Man, that is my opinion, okay, but it's a good story. Now, this guy is around 35, 36 years. Now, I couldn't imagine, like, are we living in this era? Like, is this happening? No, this guy is like, yesterday, hey manzi uliniokolea asubuhi, like I was trapped. I had to send a text to this guy so that he can call me. I'm urgently needed at work. Because why? He had spent let me say, how do I put it? Aliokota mwanamke, akaenda naye kwa nyumba yake, and they spend a night. Now it's like, now lady was kind of attached, and now the man doesn't want that. Now this dude, we can call him Mtiso. Now Mtiso, what he does, he was giving this story, and I was so much interested until I had to ask him a question. Like, that is what he does. When he's passing around his hood, he sees some nice lady, and he goes like, hi, and the story goes like, oh, me, I was also doing this. Okay, where do you stay? Here, maybe I can drop you there. Mind you, this guy is married, although they don't stay in the same town with the wife. Now the wife stayed somewhere else with their kid, but now this guy stays somewhere else, because I think because of work. Now mimi nikamuuliza tu kitu moja, why are you doing this? At now he was saying, these ladies who don't have so much responsibilities. Nikamuuliza, who are these kind of ladies? He said the first years at university, these are just girls. That is what he said, because they don't have so much responsibilities, and even if you give them like 500 bob, 1,000, that is enough for them, and they don't want to be attached. Secondly, he approaches single mothers. Beware. These girls out there who show you like they love you, no, they don't. They only want to use you. And now the single mothers, I was like, why now single mothers? Me, I thought single mothers are the one who will cling by you if you approach them. He was like, no. If you approach a single mom, and then now you tell her you love her, all this kind of stuff, and then now you don't have to spend, because you go in their houses. The dude goes to the single mothers' houses, spends the night. He goes 7. He makes sure like he has eaten. Like he just goes to give the services. That is what he said, not me. That is what he was telling me. I just go to give the services. So I was like, how? Me, I don't think single mothers are the ones who have so much responsibilities. He was like, no. I go to their houses, maybe spend a night. Just a night, go. Next time I'll just come and spend the night and leave. Me, I was like, okay, you don't pay rent. Do you pay rent or do you buy any food or anything? No, I just, when I go there, I'm prepared. I have eaten. Me, I don't care they have eaten or not. I make sure I have eaten. And when I leave the house, I have to take breakfast, which he didn't buy. Like it just goes like this. Mikono mitupu to a lady's house, sleeps and takes breakfast, and he doesn't pay rent. My friends, am I the only one who is seeing this thing like it can't work for me? If I was that lady, it can't. Now that is what this Mtiso does. Mtiso will just go to a lady's house, sleep, give the services, and take breakfast, and get out of that house. Imagine. Ladies, are you this desperate? Okay, I'm not judging, but it doesn't sit well with me. Like a man can just come to your house, do everything, spend the night, like he doesn't pay rent. What if, me, I asked him, what if, okay, you don't pay rent, you don't assist in anything, even though the lady is paying school fees, or he doesn't care. He says he doesn't care. As long as she loved me, she said yes, I come to the house, the story is over. And like men, this society is rotten. Like I've never gotten that first-hand information like I did from the horse's mouth. Now Mtiso, after going to this lady, spends the night and then leaves. He won't call the lady again, because that is what he does. He has just gotten what he wanted. And mind you, if you are saying like he's sick, no, he's not sick. He goes, he doesn't call back the lady until the lady tries to find him, and he'll be like, oh, niko tu kazi ndio mingi, I'm just around. Now if the lady calls, now he knows she wants me again, and the lady will be like, oh, are you around? And the man will be like, okay, maybe I come, can I come tonight? And the lady will say yes. And then Mtiso goes kama kawaida, empty-handed, goes there, spends the night, gives the services, and then leaves. If you are ladies, like more than twice, once, twice, out, another one. Now here is the story. What is making Mtiso do this? Mtiso does this because he was done this. Like alifanyiwa hivyo, if that is English. Alifanyiwa hivyo, like from first, I guess they were not staying with the wife. Now like they stay in different towns. Now Mtiso's wife was done the same thing he's doing to other women. Oh, but let me take you back kidogo. Now Mtiso, the campus girls, the single mothers, na bibi za wenyewe, people's wives, there, that is where he earns. Hapo ndio natafutanga chakula sana sana, bibi za wenyewe, like people's wives. I was like, why will you do this to someone's wife? Don't you think your wife out there will be doing the same thing you are doing? Or don't you feel bad, like if I'm doing this to someone's wife, maybe what if someone is doing this to my wife? My friends, You know what he said? You know why I'm doing this? Because my wife did this to me, and she even got a child with another man while we are still married. Yes. I felt for him, but I was like, you can't revenge. Why are you doing this? Like, it's just hurting you. It's not making any, it's not even fulfilling. Like, you are doing this because she did that. And I was like, did you forgive her? He said, yes, I forgave her. And we're still good. We're still together. She is still his wife. But now, alijiambia ndani yake, like, I'll be eating people's wives. That is what he said. I'll be eating people's wives until I feel like that thing has gotten out of me. Now he's eating people's wives. Okay, it wasn't funny. It was so shocking to me. Like, it was just a shocker. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, someone on his sober mind is telling me that, like, that is what I do. I'm sorry, Motiso, but I had to say this. Like, people have to know what's happening. Like, this is happening. Like, sometimes people have to revenge. People revenge, not sometimes. Like, most people are doing this. And that is why I started with the boy child. Maybe there's no one listening to the boy child. Like, mwanaume ni kujikaza. Whatever you're going through, you don't talk. You don't even, you cry inside. You wizitoa machozi watu wakikuona. You can't show your tears before people. You can't just go to your friends and tell them, hey, you know, my guy, hey, my chick was eaten, my wife was eaten by this, my wife did this to me. Like, what am I supposed to do? Your guys will laugh at you. That is what men do. Okay, men believe. I don't know. That is why they don't talk their problems out. They don't talk anything. They keep quiet, and then it eats up inawakula huku ndani peke yao. I don't know. But that is a sad story. I'm telling this, it's sad. Okay, but you guys have to listen to this. Like, oh, it shocked me. Like, I couldn't even hold it. I've never told anyone. Now this Mutiso gives me another story. Okay, me, I was asking questions, like, akinipatia story. I asked him, why? Nikamuliza, mbona? Why can someone fall for you? Like, how do you go on seducing these single mothers especially? Now it was like, one thing, I drive. And it was like, if a dude comes to you, mmoja akuje mguu na mwingine akuje na gari, who will you accept? Me, I thought like, labda sasa ukuje na ndege, maybe kama niko na gari. And he asked like, what if you are just a single lady, you are just there, you are out there looking for someone. Like, obviously you're a single lady. If anyone approaches you and he's so good to you, will you accept? I was like, yeah, I'll talk. And he told me, yes. One thing, I drive. Wasichana wa mama mmesikia? Mtu anakuja na gari, doesn't matter yeye ni driver ama ni gari yake. Someone comes driving, yeah, hi, how you doing? Can I lift you up to there? And you are like, oh, no problem, because it's a public place and ni hapa tu. Hivyo ndivyo umeingia box. Now that is what Mutiso does. He drives and he monitors like you twice, and he sees like, oh, all the time you are with your katoi, you're going to the supermarket, you're coming out, and he was like, that is the target. You will be the target. That is what he says. Now, if you are a single mom and you have a small baby like 4-5 years, like the case he was telling me, I'll start, maybe I pass near you. I have seen you have entered the supermarket and he passes near you and he says to the car baby, hi baby, you want chocolate? How are you doing? And now you are single and you'll be like, this man is so sweet to my baby, and he says hi, and maybe you start a story kidogo. The next day he'll just follow you. He knows your timing. Tumaindi yani. Akisharusha tumaindi, and now you good to go. You're like, oh my God, like God has answered my prayers. He has just brought a man who loves my baby. Like, and he's so sweet. He seems so sweet. Like, oh, thank you, God, thank you, God. That is God. That is Satan, not God. That is Satan. That is Satan, seriously. And now I was like, wow. Now, if you do that obvious to the baby, the mother will be like, this is a good man. Nah? Yeah. But he told me this disclaimer: I don't love kids. I just use them to get to their mothers. Can you imagine? And most of the times, he invites these ladies to their houses with their babies if they don't have anyone to leave them with. Ati asikuitishe pesa ya nisaidie na pesa sasa nitafute mtu akae na mtoto ndio nikuje. He'll tell you, no, come with her, come with him. It's okay. But he makes sure when that baby is in that house, it doesn't touch anything, because it doesn't like babies, and he just loves his house the way it is. Ataki nyumba yake ichafuliwe, ataki watoto kushikashika anything. And he was like, some babies, they have bad manners. They just go on touching everything. What? I'm like, at 5 years, 4 years, that is the age where babies just explore. They want to know everything. And he said, like, I don't. I tell their mothers to teach their kids good manners. Ladies. Yeah. Men, okay. Men, tafadhali. Hivyo ndo mnafanya. Please, Aki men, please men, don't, Aki, stop doing this. Now, the other one is bibi za wenyewe. Now Mutiso go on seducing people's wives, and he gave me an example, a story of how he seduced someone, his wife, until he got her pregnant. Just like the wife was gotten pregnant by someone he doesn't know. Now, he got someone, his wife, pregnant. Yes. And the man knew. And the man forgave the wife for getting pregnant with another man, of which he knew now. And the man is raising this Mutiso's wife, and Mutiso knows. God, me, I'm like, what is happening? Why are we doing this? Like, can you imagine? Mutiso now goes on seducing this someone, his wife. Now this wife, they met in a bank, but he had seen her sometime, so he was like, now. When he was going to the bank, that was a good chance to talk to her. They met in the bank, they talked, and now when this lady was served, now Mutiso was like, I'll go, I'm getting late, just go and come the other day, because he wanted to make sure, like, he has seduced this lady. Now they got out, and I was like, are you going this way? Of which he knew where the lady comes from. Now, are you going this way? Yes. And okay, I can give you a lift up to your place. That same day is the day Mutiso took that lady to his house. Yes. And the lady was, she wasn't that old. She was like 24 years. That is what he told me. 24 years, 23 years there. And now she was the second wife to this man. Now they continued, like this lady fall in love with Mutiso, and Mutiso loved this lady. But now the lady was married. And then one day, the neighbors, the neighbors was like, when one day they met this man and they were like, hey, kwani muliama huku? Why? See, me, I thought you shifted to this place because always your wife is at this place. Now that is where he followed up and found out that the lady spent some time, most of the time, in this Mutiso's house. And now the man, now the husband, had to call Mutiso. Hello, hey, do you know this and this and this? Yeah, why it happened? And Mutiso was like, she didn't tell me like she's married. She told me she stays with a relative. You see, akajitoa story. But now this man was furious. He sent the wife away. Now the wife went to shags, to the villages. Now, after that, Mutiso was like, hey, umetumwa nyumbani, now let me send fare, you come. Now the lady, actually this Mutiso, me, I was like, it's like Afro cinema. It was just continuing shortly after the stories. Imagine, Mutiso had the guts to send this lady fare to come to his house. Now, what I did ask is, does Mutiso's wife always visit? It's like, it seems like she doesn't. Now the lady comes to Mutiso's house, stays there. No. Now, when the lady was at Mutiso's house, she got pregnant. Mutiso's baby now. Mutiso was like, now you're getting pregnant. I think I should see your people. Now you should go home. I take you home, and then me, I go to my people's house. We come to see your parents. You know what? That is how Mutiso was getting rid of this girl. Now the girl went home. The girl went home just innocently, like Mutiso is coming with these people to legalize the stuff so that tuanze kukaa pamoja now that I'm pregnant. Mutiso went. Mutiso went. Mutiso never came for the lady. Now, like, I guess Mutiso, I don't know, he went to Mteja or something like that. Now the lady just stayed there at home, got the baby, and the husband went for her.